that you learned today about polygons and perimeter? I'm going to go with both. Who can share something that they learned? Mark, what did you learn?
Polygons are any shape
Yes?
that has 3 or more straight sides.
That's right. So if that's the case, then what's something that is not a polygon?
A circle,
Okay, why?
because it has no sides.
Okay.
So it has no straight sides.
Right, and some people might say that a circle has one side, but even so, what would be true about a circle?
It's one big curve, and a polygon has straight sides, but a circle doesn't.
And some people that were creating some very unique, like irregular polygons, came up with something too that's very important when it comes to polygons. What else must be true of a polygon? Claire?
Sides all must connect.
That's right. So we had some really unique ones, but not necessarily polygons. Now, what did people figure out about perimeter? What is perimeter? Some of you already knew. Most of you already knew. Yes?
It's the outside of a shape or an object.
Okay, who can kind of build on that? Yes?
It's the line on the outside of the shape.
Okay, who can kind of build on that?
Technically, the measurement of a side.
Okay, but is it the measurement of just this one side? Well, yes?
The measurement of the entire outside.
Right. So, then how did people figure out the perimeter for the unique shapes that they made using the geoboards? Because many of you chose geoboards today. How did you figure out the perimeter of those geoboards?
A lot of people use the
Okay. Okay. Who else did something different with the geoboards?
I didn't do this, but now that I think of it, you could have put a ruler there and measured each side.
Yes, and in fact, I think it was Elisa's group that did both, right? You used the pegs and the area in between the pegs and measured, and then they used a ruler and checked. What was the difference? Did you find out? I know you didn't get much, and I think you ended up with the ruler more, didn't you? I wonder if it would be the same or if it would be different. I guess it depends on the exactness of it. How else did people measure the perimeter? What if you were using the grid paper? What did people do for the grid paper? Sky, what did you do for the grid paper?
You could count the squares and the squares you use, and then just put the amount of squares.
Okay, so today we kind of experimented with lots of different ways to figure out perimeter. But I wonder what a real application of this would be. Why would I ever want to figure out perimeter in real life? Javier?
If you're building a fence for your house,
Okay, and why would perimeter help me if I was building a fence?
because you need to know how big the sides are, so that you know how many fences.
Okay. Who else can tell me what a real application might be for perimeter? Mark, what were you thinking?
When you're making a building,
Okay.
like you need to know the perimeter of the property.
Okay, and
So you know how much space, like if you're building a mall,
Yes.
you need to know how much space you have for the building, and you need to know how much space you have for the building and the parking lot.
okay. Yes.
Make a pool.
Okay, and why would I want perimeter for a pool?
So you would have to measure your backyard and see how big your pool could be.
Okay. Anybody else have an idea, Layla?
If you're like putting tiles in, you have to like measure it to see how many tiles could go in and like if you need to cut them.
Okay, now think about Layla's example. Would I be using perimeter for that? Yes, Layla?
Wouldn't it be more area?
Why?
Because like to see how many you need to put to fill it up.
And if you're filling things up, what are you dealing with?
Area.
Okay. Yes, Faisal.
Let's say like you're making a comic.
Yes?
You need to like know the characters, like the size of the characters, and like the perimeter of them and the perimeter of the box that they're gonna be.
And why would I need to know that?
So like let's say you need to do the same character in each box.
Yes?
You need to have it the exact same length of the arm and everything.
But why would perimeter be helpful for me in that case?
Because you can measure that outline of the character.
Okay. Why else might perimeter be helpful in the case of fitting characters into a box in a comic strip, which I never actually thought of in terms of perimeter before, but may actually be helpful.
I don't know if they already said this, but so you know what size the boxes are,
Okay?
so
And
they can fit the page.
because if not, what's going to happen?
You won't have room to actually put the boxes.
That's right. And you know what? This really wasn't as much a perimeter thing, but it kind of makes me think a little bit about that concept because I was doing some little labels for a binder that I was giving to Mr. Clemens today. And as I was trying to do the writing for my labels, even though it's kind of like an awkward kind of perimeter, you almost wanted to know that all those letters, when they're pushed together, can actually fit within the box. Which, I don't know, if it's fitting within a box, does that count as perimeter or area? Now that I say it, I'm not so sure. What do you think? Letters fitting within a box. What are we thinking? Why?
Because perimeter is around and you're putting the letters in a box.
Okay, yes?
I think it's kind of both because you need to know the perimeter.
Yes?
So you can like do the area.
And you know what? It's a very interesting that we're having this conversation because when I first planned on teaching this unit to you, I was going to do perimeter. We were going to do all kinds of activities with perimeter. And then I was going to do area, and we were going to do all kinds of activities with area. And then I thought I'd try to put something together. But as I tried to come up with activities, I kind of went through exactly the same problem solving that we just went through here. Because half the time, perimeter and area, they kind of overlap a little bit. You need to know a bit of both. So instead of doing it separately, I've kind of come to the same conclusion that you have. We're going to make sure we know what both are, and then we're going to do some application problems together for it, so we can figure it out. Yes, Mark? Did you have a further one? I couldn't tell. It was just a stretch. Okay.